Hi, welcome to my channel, Stuff of Love. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Dr. Laurie Buckley. I am a licensed psychologist and a relationship therapist and a certified asexual sex therapist. So today I'm going to be talking about ways that you can enhance your solo sex or masturbation experience and how that might even be able to improve or enhance your partner's sex. So if you're used to masturbating just to get off, this video is for you. There's so much more. And you know, sometimes we just get used to doing things one way. And that is certainly true of solo sex. So learning new ways to masturbate or self-pleasure is definitely going to give you more satisfying experiences. So I'm going to be talking about quite a few things. And at the end of the video, I'll be telling you how these things can improve your partner sex. But one of the first things you can do is change the environment. So if you're used to doing it in one place, try a different place. If you're used to just doing it in the shower, do it in your bed. If you're used to doing it with the lights on, try it with the lights off or vice versa. Create the mood. You know, you can put music on, you can put candles on, you can really create an experience even if it's by yourself. That's the easiest thing that you can do. Another really great thing to do is change your position. If you're used to being on your stomach, try being on your back. If you're used to laying down, try sitting up or standing up. And, you know, changing the environment, the location, and the position, that alone can make a huge difference. Now you can also change the way that you're touching yourself. Change the strokes. Slow things down. Maybe use some different kinds of pressure. If you're used to touching yourself really quickly and stimulating your clitoris or your penis very quickly, try doing it very slowly and try using a lubricant or a different kind of lubricant. And these are ways that very simply, you can change the experience. You could also use both hands. If you're used to using one hand, you can try using both hands. Lots of fun things you can do with the penis, right? So if you're used to doing that kind of a stroke, what might it look like to add a little twist? Or, you know, do two hands. And if you have a vulva, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can touch your clitoris or don't touch your clitoris. Again, trying different speeds, trying different pressures. So another thing you can do is just use a different hand. I have a friend who, he always says all he has right now is solo sex, so he'll use a different hand. It feels like he's having sex with someone else. But, you know, it really can make the difference. And, you know, we want to be able to experience as much pleasure as we can. And like with everything, if we stick to the same thing over and over and over again, partner and solo sex, it's not going to work after a while. We want to really be able to change things up to create more excitement. So just to recap so far, we've got change the environment or the place. We've got change the position or the stroke. So those are some really great ways to do it. Now, another thing that you can do is multiple stimulation. And multiple stimulation means you're not just focusing on your clitoris or your penis. You could focus on your perineum, which is the area between your genitals and your anus. That area right there has a lot of nerve endings, and it can really make the difference in adding that stimulation. We could certainly add our nipples. So this could be while you're touching your penis or your clitoris, or it could be instead of, you know, kind of going back and forth, changing it up a little bit, rather than putting all of that focus on your genitals. So that can make a really big difference. Just adding in other parts of your body. It could be just rubbing your skin, it could be your anus, not necessarily even inserting anything, but certainly that is a possibility. You know, you can insert a butt plug or even a prostate stimulator. There's lots of different ways that you can add in some anal stimulation, and a lot of people find that can amp things up really in a big way. Now, if you're used to porn, which is certainly a way that a lot of people, especially guys, masturbate, nothing wrong with it, but again, kind of one-dimensional. And I know you can find different kinds of porn, but you know, there's only so much you can see. But turning the porn off and focusing either on your own fantasies or just on how it feels is one way. But another thing you can do is you can add audio porn. Now there's a great app called Dipsea, and I'll put the link down below that you might want to check out. And there's all different kinds of themes, and it's really fun. So again, another way to get that eroticism but you have more left to the imagination if you're only hearing it. So that's a really great thing to do. So the next one is the obvious one I think most people think of right away is toys. There's so many great toys. And you know, I do have a sex store called Stuff of Love, same name of the channel, and I'll put the link below to some specific toys that I think would be good for you, and especially men. And you know, check it out. And I'll put a discount code as well. But there's lots of great toys, and there's dildos and vibrators and Cockrings. A Cockring is a great thing to use during solo play. So even if it doesn't have a vibrator on it, you can use that and it can create a much more intense orgasm. And you know, your penis will feel different. So it'll be a different kind of an experience. Now there are some Cockrings that have little vibrators on them. So they're meant generally to stimulate your partner's clitoris, but they can also be turned the other way. So they are going against your perineum, and that can be really good. Now you can use a Cockring or you can just use a vibrator. So using a vibrator or a Cockring or a dildo or an anal plug. We also have tons of masturbation sleeves. They definitely can enhance your solo sex experience. Now the last one I'm going to talk about is edging. And edging just means, instead of just like jacking off or jilling off to have an orgasm, that you are taking your time. So basically you'll stimulate yourself until you get aroused, but don't actually come. Right when you get close to it, you want to back it off a bit. Slow it down and back it off. Don't allow yourself to come. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to build it up and build it up and build it up. But right before you come, you want to slow down and back it off. And it's just this back and forth, and you are building it up and building it up and building it up. And then by the time you do come, it is a big, satisfying orgasm. And I know you know what I mean. Some orgasms are like little sneezes and some are big body orgasms. That's one way to do it with the edging. So all of these things that I'm talking about can be used in your partner sex. And when you are more evolved, or you have a bigger point of reference, more experience, you know your body better, and you know some ways to increase the pleasure, you can do that in partner sex. You can do it with yourself, or you can do it with a partner. So edging, for example, you can do that with your partner and do it together and do that back and forth, or the toys, or the environment, or the way that you're touching. You can also teach your partner what you've learned about your own body, which is really, really important. We know that men and women who masturbate know more about their body. They're more connected to their sexual energy. So people who do masturbate, especially when you expand your point of reference and try new things, do have more enjoyable partner sex. And the reason why that works is because we're not just locked into a very specific way. I've worked with a lot of men who are dry masturbators, and they're dry masturbators, they use porn, and a lot of these men have difficulty getting an erection or maintaining an erection when they're with a partner. It's so specific, and it's really hard to replicate that when you're with a partner. So if you're used to very, very specific things, then it's going to be much more difficult to fully enjoy partner sex. The more you're able to expand your point of reference and learn new things about your body, it's going to work out so much better. So these are things you could try. They're fun. They're skills. Sex is a skill that can really amp up your sex life. So do you have any ideas that I didn't talk about? Put it in the comments below. I really do want to hear. And by the way, I'm making this video because somebody asked me to. And if you want me to make a video about something, ask me. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I'll do it. I love to do that. I want to help any way that I can. If you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate that. And if you're liking it, press the like button while you're at it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.